I can't believe that I'm actually saying this, but the New York Knicks are back. And listen, everyone, what I mean by the New York Knicks are back, I'm not saying that they had a one-off season. I mean, they're setting up to be consistent over the next couple years in the Eastern Conference. And that's saying a lot, and that's good for the NBA. All right, guys, today's video, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Knicks. But before we kind of get into that, please, again, if you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting out, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate all the support that I get, especially as a small content creator. I enjoy seeing the likes. And again, if you guys have anything that you'd like to discuss, I'm always very open and available when it comes to comments and responding. So if you guys want to have a nice little friendly debate on videos, I'm definitely all for that as well. So again, appreciate all the support. Give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's go ahead and get into today's video. So the New York Knicks, right? Can the Knicks actually compete and get to the Eastern Conference Finals this upcoming NBA season? I believe so, right? They had a great offseason. You know, they made a very splash move, which is kudos to Leon Rose and that front office for actually putting all their chips into the middle and going for it. They're actually going for it. There's no more of a rebuild process, right? There's no more like holding draft picks and putting out subpar rosters. They went and got one of the big names, right? They went and scooped up Mikal Bridges from the Nets. It was always going to come down to Mikal Bridges, Donovan Mitchell, or Devin Booker, right? At least those are the three names for me that I always kind of seen that the Knicks were kind of eyeing. Now, for bigger Knicks fans, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, right? You guys may have other opinions that are really tapped into the team like that. But when I saw big name free agency names, free agent players, it was always kind of Mikal Bridges, right? Devin Booker and Donovan Mitchell. Well, they secured one of them, and honestly, it's probably the best fit for the Knicks, aka the Nova Knicks, right? You got Jalen Brunson, you got Dante, you got Josh Hart. Now you got Mikal Bridges, right? Great offseason, great move there. They re-signed OG, which I wasn't the biggest fan as far as the contract goes, but I understand, right? That's just the cost to play the game now. He signed a big contract, but it's good for the Knicks. It's very good for the Knicks because they have wings, and more wings. You got Mikal Bridges you can throw out there. You got OG you can throw out there. Of course, you got Josh Hart that you can throw out there. You got Dante you can throw out there. You know, Jalen, of course, from the point guard standpoint. But just having Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and OG as your wings, that's nice. You're setting yourself up to really compete against the big name talent out there, aka the Boston Celtics, because at the end of the day, they are the defending champs. You're gonna have to defend Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, right? And you know, what better two players? You can throw different little variety lineups against that team. So I can see that being a nice little matchup down the road. But what is their ceiling, right? Do you guys feel that they can get to the Eastern Conference Finals? They were the second seed last year in the East. And they did come up a little bit short in the postseason, but of course, again, the name of the game is health. That's what it really comes down to towards the end of the season. Unfortunately, there's a lot of teams in the East, but in particular the Knicks, they just weren't healthy when it came to finishing up towards the end of the season. And, you know, they just unfortunately couldn't get it done, and they ended up losing to the Pacers. But could they make it out this year if health is not playing a factor? I absolutely think so. I'm a big fan of Jalen Brunson. You know, I like Brunson when he came out. He was playing in Dallas. You know, I was kind of watching them, and, you know, he kind of stood out in the postseason for Dallas, you know, going up against Luka. Now he's kind of on the Knicks, and it's kind of his team. I feel like he's one of the leaders of that team, I would say, alongside him and Randall. But I'm like Jalen, he's just a great player. I'm definitely a fan. He has heart. He plays hard every game. That's something, you know, having Mikal Bridges on your team. Now, you know, he's Mr. Iron Man. Now it's Mikal Bridges versus Tibbs as far as who's going to run into the ground first, because, you know, Tibbs love playing everybody 40-50 minutes a game, you know, with his short rotation. So that's going to be fascinating to watch to see which one cracks first. But They did have, there is some, there's a couple weaknesses in that team though. Losing Isaiah, I feel like that was a blow. He played solid. He was a good center for them. So they're gonna have to kind of fill that role and come up with some ideas to fill that role. But I think that's a big loss. Isaiah went to OKC. You guys still have Randall. Randall's coming back this year, even though. I don't know. I have different opinions there. Randall, I feel like he's a player. He demands the ball, right? So I don't know. We'll see how that offense looks once everyone's out there playing together. I thought, one point in the season last year, I thought, you can move Randall while he has value, right? I feel like you can get some good pieces back for Randall, but I think the Knicks are going to let it rock. I'm curious to see how they look once it gets down to the trade deadline in February. We'll kind of reevaluate that and that roster. Is Randall going to be able to someone that's going to be able to sustain that with the way that the players are, the Nova Knicks, the Nova boys? Just kind of see how that plays out. Kind of keep an eye on that. But if it's able to fit perfectly, I feel like Knicks are going to have a lot to say in the Eastern Conference. It's upcoming season. I can easily see them finishing as a top 3 team in the East. I feel like they really have all the potential to do that. They just got to fill a couple holes. They got to fill a couple holes still in their roster, but they had a pretty good draft as well. So I would not be surprised, right? I would not be surprised if the Knicks can end up getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, am I putting them over the Boston Celtics to get to the NBA Finals? I'd say probably not. At least today, probably not. But again, it's still very, very early into the season. We're just wrapping up. Pretty much we're wrapping up free agency that off season, and we're about to get into training camp here in the next couple months. So as of today, I would probably have Boston over the Knicks. But absolutely, I can see if health does not play a factor, the Knicks can definitely end up in the Eastern Conference Finals. And then it could be a toss-up, just depending on how it looks once we get down to the end of the season there. But overall, Knicks, welcome back. It's good for the NBA, right? It's good for the NBA whenever the Knicks are booming. And they are booming. And it's not just a one-and-done type of season, right? I feel like there's actually going to be some stability to the Knicks. Since the Melo hype, right? But even the Melo hype, it was kind of inconsistent, throughout the couple of years with Melo being there. I honestly see some stability and structure with the Knicks. It's going to be some very exciting times for that. So overall, how do you guys feeling? Did you guys feel like, how would you guys rank the Knicks off season? Are you guys a fan of the moves that they have made? Are you guys not buying into the Knicks? Or, can you see them getting to the NBA Finals? So leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. I would love to check it out and read up on it. And I'll add my 2 cents if there's something to respond to. But overall, again, I appreciate the support that I have been getting on these videos. I got some much more content like this coming your guys' way. We'll probably end up talking about the Olympics team next. And then we got a couple other videos I got planned out for you guys. So if you guys enjoyed the video, again, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.